The Oklahoma City Thunder won the NBA offseason for this year, and it's not even close in my opinion. You look at what happened. The first domino effect. You traded Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso. Upgrade. Josh Giddey didn't play a lot in the playoffs. He was a liability in the Mavericks and Thunder series. And you bring in a guy who won a championship with the Lakers, which brings championship experience. He's a veteran. He is an elite perimeter defender. He shoots 38% from the three-point line. And the most important part is when you bring him and Dort together, now you have another guy out there who can guard the primary option. It takes the burden off of Jalen Williams and SGA. Now they can focus more on scoring, and when games are tight, they have energy down the stretch. So I thought that was a great move. And then recently you signed Isaiah Hartenstein, who to me is one of the best role players in the NBA. A big guy that the Thunder really needed because you had Chet Holmgren and you had nobody else to really back him up. Now they have more size and they've got versatility here. Now Isaiah Hartenstein isn't going to start for this team, but he's going to come off the bench. He's going to give them a lot of energy. He's going to rebound the ball at an efficient rate. And I want to read these numbers about Isaiah Hartenstein because it's really impressive. I don't want to dive a little bit deeper into Isaiah Hartenstein's stats. So his percentage on rebounding is at 18.5% rate last season. That was the best among regular rotation players. He's an elite rim protector. He's one of 12 players to average 1+ block and 1+ steal a game. On top of that, 65% of his baskets resulted in assists. So again, Isaiah Hartenstein, another rim protector. You add more depth. You get him on 3 years for $87 million. Now, all of a sudden, the Thunder fix a couple of issues. One, Cason Wallace is still young. He's only going to get better. But you bring a vet next to me, Alex Caruso, who can help with the perimeter defense. Now, all of a sudden, the Thunder have more versatility. They look similar to the Boston Celtics, where you have Jrue Holiday, Derek White at the point of attack, Tatum and Brown as your wings. And for the Thunder, you have Jalen Williams, who I think is going to take another leap this year, probably close to an all-star. Chet Holmgren is going to get better. We know SGA is going to have MVP votes and possibly win the MVP this season. So those guys are only going to get better. And I think the Thunder, as a team, is going to level up. In my opinion right now, when I look at the Western Conference Finals, the Oklahoma City Thunder is the best team in the West. And I think they're going to make the NBA Finals this year. Will they win it? We'll see. But at the same time, OKC has set themselves up to be a contender for the next few seasons. And I love what they did here because now you have experience with Caruso. Isaiah Hartenstein is a glue guy. He rebounds, he hustles, especially on the offensive glass. He's going to terrorize teams, and people are not going to like dealing with him because he's always hustling. He's making the right basketball plays, and you need that kind of guy on your team who will do the dirty work, who will get down low and fight for position and get you extra possessions. That is what Isaiah Hartenstein brings to your team. So I thought that pickup was the icing on the cake. Then you have Caruso, who can guard the point guard and shoot guard, who can maybe do a little bit on the forwards. And you got Lou Dort out there as well. People forget in the Dallas series, Luka and Kyrie struggled against that Thunder defense. Now you add Hartenstein and Caruso, it's going to be deadly. It's going to be very dangerous to see how the Thunder match up defensively. Now, on the other side of the ball, the Thunder need to make sure they figure out the offense with Caruso and Hartenstein and how they're going to fit them into this lineup. Because last year they did have their struggles. And I think in the playoffs, that comes with experience and you'll get better from this last playoff run. So when I'm looking at the Thunder, how is Hartenstein going to fit in that offense? How is Caruso going to fit in? When are you going to play them? When are you going to pick your spots when you need a Hartenstein out there, when you need a Caruso? Are you going to still play 5 out? Because you probably want to rely on that lineup because that won you a lot of games. And what is the ceiling for the Thunder young guys next year? Is Cason Wallace going to take another leap? I think he will. How good is SGA going to be? We know he continues to get better year after year. What about Chet Holmgren? Is he going to be the all-star player next year? I don't know. What about Jalen Williams? There's a lot of unknowns about this team. That's what's scary about this whole situation. They're young, and they are only going to get a lot better. And when you look at the gap between them, the Mavericks and the Nuggets, you look at the Grizzlies, you look at the Timberwolves, I think the Thunder are right above those teams, and I think they have a really good shot at making the NBA Finals. Now, it is going to be matchup dependent because when they play Dallas next time, it is going to be a dogfight. That is going to be a fantastic series. I expect both of them to be in the Western Conference Finals, but it won't be easy to beat Dallas. Dallas has already beaten them before, and they're going to have the confidence coming into that series, and they will have the best player. That's going to be interesting to see how OKC schemes against the Dallas Mavericks. Another thing is that they run into the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves have a lot of size, and we'll see how Dillingham does as a point guard for Minnesota. That's a big question mark for the Wolves, is how they're going to improve on the playmaking side of the ball. But again, I like OKC in that matchup by the thinnest of margins. Even though I think they're going to come out of the West, there's definitely going to be some challenges. They're going to run into some tough teams. But if they run into the right matchups in the playoffs, let's say they deal with the Clippers in the first round or the Lakers, and then they deal with a team like the Phoenix Suns. Well, all of a sudden, they're Western Conference Finals. Maybe they're well rested for a team like Dallas and Minnesota, and they take them out in 6 games. That is what you want as a Thunder fan. But again, this is the Western Conference. I still think it's more top-heavy than ever before. So I think the Thunder just got to come in and start strong, come out hot right out the gates, show the West that you are the team to beat. Obviously, there's going to be a target on their back this season, so we'll see how they respond to teams coming into their building and not taking them as light or thinking like, oh, the Thunder really aren't as good as they think. But it's going to be different this season. People are going to be, game planning more. You're going to have different matchups thrown at you, different strategies. So the Thunder need to be ready to make adjustments. And I trust this team. I think the experience in the playoffs really helped them. I love Jalen Williams. I love SGA. I just love this team as a whole. And I love what Sam Presti is doing, rebuilding this Thunder team. And the scary part is they have all this draft capital. That is scary to even think about. This is only the beginning. And if they can find a way to keep Chet, keep SGA, and keep Jalen Williams, and continue to find role players to build around them, it's only going to get better for them. So I'm excited for the Thunder. I think they easily won this offseason. You're bringing a guy where you need size in Isaiah Hartenstein. You bring in another perimeter defender where not only he's really good at it, but has championship experience. Man, shout out to the Thunder. You guys should be excited as fans because this team is going to be a lot to deal with, and nobody wants to face this team at all because they're just going to be a nightmare to guard and to deal with when you're trying to generate offense. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Love to hear your thoughts on what the Thunder did this offseason. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.